Oh, wow. The mic was off. I was talking to myself for a good 2, 3 minutes there. Let's talk some Game of Thrones. Episode 6 from season 7. A lot of people, when are you going to talk Game of Thrones? When are you going to talk Game of Thrones? What's up with the Game of Thrones videos? Like here I am. All right, cool. Relax, chill. Look, man. Let me say this. Let me say this. First of all, um, a lot of you are not going to like the review if you're a big fan of Game of Thrones. Like, if you loved the episode, you're not going to like this video. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not going to be a very positive review about Game of Thrones. It just isn't, right? Um, I didn't. There's things I liked and things I didn't like about this episode. Okay. Um, First of all, Ira and Sansa. Ira confronted Sansa about a Raven note she sent a long time ago to Rob that she was told to write. And so Sansa's telling the truth. But Ira's looking at it from a different perspective, right? So they were clashing about that. Ira's all scaring Sansa about how she could be a faceless man and this, that, and the third. Kind of, insinuated I could take off your face and be you if I want. It sounds kind of like a threat to me. So that there's some tension there for sure. Sansa's revealing herself a little bit, and she's being a little bit of a brat, saying that you should bow down and praise me and thank me, and I'm the reason that we're still here. And Jon Snow lost the battle. It was the veil that won the battle. Let me tell you something, man, right? The veil came in at a perfect time, but Jon did the hard work, But that's not here nor there, right? So she kind of rubbed that in Ira's face. Ira snuck into Littlefinger's dorm there and chambers, I guess you call it, and pulled out something else. And Littlefinger kind of saw that she was there. So we'll see what's happening with that. Also, Sansa sent Brienne over there to King's Landing. And she'll probably teleport there. She'll get there pretty quick. I mean, they travel pretty quick in the land of Westeros nowadays. They teleport nowadays. Like boom, 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 one spot to the other, just like that. Just trying before I get to the main parts here, before I get to the good parts. And obviously she had some pullback, like, no, I can't go. I can't leave you here by yourself. She's like, hey, I'm at Winterfell. I'm good. I'm with my people, my castle. Oh, but no, I can't go, Brienne said. I got to look after you. She said you were ordered or you took an oath to serve me, so serve me. You're going to go. Jaime's there. So she agrees because Jaime's there, right? So that's that. Okay, that's basically one of the side stories there. Also, Tyrion is talking to Daenerys, and they're already foreshadowing that there's something going on with Daenerys and Snow. He's like, oh, I know how they look at you. And she's like, you're not a hero. And Tyrion kind of is like, well, I've had heroic moments. She's like, well, I don't want you to be a hero. And look at all these guys out here. Dario, it's basically all the guys have a crush on her, right? Trying to be heroes and do all these stupid things. Even this Jon Snow. Connection there, connection. They think the audience is stupid or something, and Tyrion also, like, if that wasn't enough, brings it up. I know how you look at him, how he looks at you, blah, 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 blah. Something's going to happen. Daenerys Targaryen and Jon Snow are going to get it on. The disgusting part is that that's his aunt. He's going to get it on with his aunt. All right, so anyway, unless he finds out prior, it'll be kind of curious. Then again, the Targaryens have been getting it on, okay, amongst themselves, okay, for centuries. So it's not out of the Targaryens. It's like, in the world of Westeros, like brothers and sisters, like do their thing, So I think the only exception is like all the other ones with exceptions have been wiped out, and it's just the Starks now, So there you go. All right. Anyway, that's that. Now let's get to the main stuff. So it's Jon Snow and the Hound and the Lord of Light guys and a bunch like the that one priest guy, the one that could revive guys, the guy with the eye patch. I forgot their names. All right. Mormont, right? He's over there. The wildling guy, the leader of the wildlings. I forgot his name too. I'm sorry. So they're traveling along. It's snow. It's cold. I did like this. I like the fact that it kind of brought up some conversations, right? Like, oh, that's when I was down south, and Jon Snow was like, you never been south. He said, yeah, I have. I've been to Winterfell. He said, that's the north, and he scoffed. Kind of shows you geographically how wildlings do not consider Winterfell the north. To them, that's the south. I kind of like that. I liked how Bran was brought up in a conversation by the mountain, and it's there's something going on there too. Well, not the mountain. I'm sorry, the Hound. All right. So a lot of good dialogue there, and then of course you had Gendry, who's also there with his warhammer, the bastard son of Robert Baratheon, who and actually, if you really look at it, probably has the best claim to the throne than anybody. All right, but moving on, Gendry's all complaining about these guys trying to kill him. Oh, you try to kill me, blah, blah, blah. The Hound tells him, stop fucking crying about it. Like, stop being a fucking baby. He said, I'm not complaining about it. He said, yes, you are complaining, although they use a fancy word. I forgot the word, right? So that's that. Okay, now let's get to the good stuff. So first of all, I don't know. I don't like the way they did this. I just, even when they planned it out last week, I didn't like it. The plan is to capture a white, right? It's to capture one and take it south of the wall so Cersei could look at it and join them in fighting the Night King, right? And I was like, okay. And the thing about, this is me, but the thing about the White Walkers and the Army of the Dead was the mysteriousness of them. Is always what made them very interesting, right? Like, to me, they shouldn't have the Army of the Dead like doing like regular shit, right? Like, I mean, like, stuff that breathing people do. Like, in other words, I don't think the Army of the Dead should be caught marching down the valley by Jon Snow and these guys. That was corny to me. It was just corny. Like, they're just walking like soldiers. Like, they're just walking down like in a singular file or whatever you call it. I don't know. Right? They're all marching down, and then the White Walkers just like marching with them. Like just looking for something. Now, before that, by the way, the polar bear scene was cool. I like the polar bear scene. All right? The polar bear, he got that priest, man, fucked him up. He died later on in the episode. They ended up killing him. The Hound didn't help because the Hound becomes a fucking pussy. Okay, whenever he sees fire. Like, that is the Achilles heel of the Hound. He cannot stand. He sees fire, he gets scared. Right? Hopefully he could overcome that fear. All right? I like to see him overcome that fear, man, because that's the one thing that he can't never overcome. Anyway, I don't know. The Army of the Dead just marching down the valley was just kind of corny to me. And then, like, it was just corny. And then, like, to me, the Army of the Dead should have, or some dead white should have snuck up on them to keep that mysteriousness about them, that mystique about them. Like, they're just walking around, it's just in single file. Like it was lame. Okay, like it was just like they might as well be alive. Like, why even be the Army of the Dead? Nothing mysterious about it. But anyway, they ambush that small group, right? And then Jon Snow kills the White Walker, and most of those bodies fall immediately. Most of the whites. It's kind of the theory of whoever turns them, right? And Jon Snow kind of confirms that when they ask him later on, when he killed them, the rest fell. Why? Mormont asked him, right? And, that's the theory is whoever brings them to life, if you kill that White Walker, whoever he turned immediately just falls apart too, right? They're no longer like they're no longer an undead being. You know, they're just dead. Anyway, so they ambush them, and that happens. And then they're trying to capture one of the white. It was just lame. Okay, the whole thing was just lame as fuck. Okay, then the rest of the army of the dead came along, and then they started running after them, and then they started running like they were running for their fucking lives. I did like that scene, right? It was, and one of them was even captured and fell and got killed and shit. Like, you know what I mean? And then so they're slowly but surely, they're getting injured, killed, and then they get surrounded. They get surrounded because they're like in this frozen lake, and whites start falling into the lake. I'm like, oh fuck, they're fucked, right? Oh, by the way, Jon Snow told January to keep going, to run as fast as he can to the wall, right? Now this is what I just fucking hated about this show. And I pay attention to these things. These details matter to me. Most people will be like, what's the big fucking deal? Who cares? You know, if you're just one of those people, that's perfectly fine. But I'm going to be honest with you. So January rides, or not rides, he runs, right? He runs all the way to the wall. Okay, now why he does that, by the way, they never quite emphasize if it's nightfall, if it's daylight. It just stayed nightfall the whole time, right? So this is all, I'm assuming, on the same night, you know? Or maybe it stays that dark all the time over there. Like, I'm not sure, right? That aside. So they're surrounded. Jerry runs all the way back, get to the wall, right? He's exhausted. He ran a fucking marathon. They get a raven. A raven flies from, and this is, by the way, Eastwatch by the Sea is all the way up north, okay, all the way to the east. All the way to the fucking east, okay? So it went, the raven went, I mean, that's the fastest raven, by the way. This is the Usain Bolt of ravens. Okay, they got this raven to go all the way, right? From, like, January had to run there. He had to tell somebody. They had to get a maester. Maester had to write it. Okay, and then they had to give it to the raven. Then the raven had to fly all the way to, okay, all the way to Dragonstone. All the way over there. This is the size of a continent, guys. Okay, to kind of put it, like, if the way the writer said, he basically said that Westeros is the size of like South America. That's like going from Colombia, all right, all the way down to like to the bottom end of Brazil. Okay, like a raven flew all the way over there. By the way, we're still counting. January running. They got the maester. The maester got there, had to tell him what's going on. The maester had to write the letter. Then the maester had to give it to the raven. The raven didn't have to fly. The raven flew all the way to Dragonstone. Daenerys, I imagine, had to read the letter, had to contemplate what to do, had to get her 3 dragons, had to walk all the way from, you know, from Dragonstone, the castle. You know, that's a big-ass castle, that long-ass walk all the way to where the dragon is. Okay, then she had to talk to Tyrion, who kept telling her not to go, which probably prolonged her walk. And then she spent another 2-3 minutes talking to Tyrion about, you know, well, you don't go, please don't go. He says, if you lose, we're all lost. And because, you know, she doesn't even want to have a plan B in case she dies, right? What happens? She gets in the dragon. All 3 dragons fly all the way to the wall, right? Meanwhile, the Hound starts throwing rocks at the whites, hits one in the face, throws another one. It falls on the ground, and it's solid now. So the whites slowly start moving and realize, okay, this thing's frozen now, and they start attacking full-fledged, right? The army of the dead attacks full force. Now, granted, I understand that Jon Snow, the Hound, Mormont, right? The Wildling guy, the Lord of Light guys are very good swordsmen, above average. But remember, the army of the dead wiped out an entire Wildling army in a matter of 5 minutes. Wiped them out. Remember that episode? They came from all around, and they supposedly fended them off for I don't know how long. I think one of them died, fell there, and they were getting overwhelmed, but it was kind of ridiculous how they were fighting off that entire army. Um, and like it was just kind of ridiculous. And then to top it off, okay, all of a sudden Daenerys shows up. I'm just like, this all the way from Dragonstone? Like, holy shit. Like, how long was this whole process? Like, it felt like she got word in an hour and got there. Like, it was insane. So she gets there, and it was kind of cool, right? I mean, the special effects are great. Starts burning down all the whites and all that, all the dragons. She falls, and I just didn't get it, man. Jon Snow just kept procrastinating. Get on the fucking dragon and go, bro. Just get on the dragon and go. Holy shit. It was just stupid. He kept staring at the Night King, what the fuck are you looking at the Night King for? Let me just stare intensely at him. I'm just staring while they're fucking waiting on you to get on the fucking dragon so you can leave. But anyway, the Night King gets one of those glass swords, and or not glass, I'm sorry, ice swords, and just shoots it at Viserion, one of the dragons. Okay, of Daenerys, and it lands right on his neck. Special effects are great. Fire comes out through there. Then you see the blood kind of just all over the place. I mean, great graphics. The fall is great. The dragon dies. It cracks through the ice. It falls into that. The graphics are great. I can't complain about that. Okay. And we all kind of knew what was going to happen with that dragon when it died. We all knew what was going to happen. I thought it was going to happen immediately. I thought that dragon was going to pop out from under the ice. I really thought that, But anyway, Jon Snow falls in the water with his armor on. This is freezing water. And swims out of there like Jamie did last week with armor on. I mean, holy shit. When he gets out of there, the whites go after him. Uncle Benjen shows up, right in the nick of time. Where was Uncle Benjen this whole time? Was he just watching the whole time? Was he just going to let him die? Right in the nick of time he showed up? This writing, man. Come on. But anyway, he shows up, kills a couple of whites, gets him on the horse. He says, come with me. He says, no. He gets the horse. Boom. The horse goes back to the wall. Okay? Right. Daenerys is waiting for Jon Snow. And right when she's about to say, okay, let's go, they start yelling and open the wall. Come on. I mean, holy shit. They have Jon Snow in the boat. The Mace is treating him. Okay? Daenerys is concerned and worried. Oh, they're going to get it on, guys. They're going to get it on. She notices the scars on his heart and his stomach. Remember, Dabo said something about that, and she asked Tyrion about it. She's probably going to bring that up to him. But I think she realized it. But this is Game of Thrones now. Those simple, just good acting isn't good enough. No, they're going to have to flat out say it in words because they think the audience is stupid. All right. And in the same episode, Jon Snow wakes up and he's 100% good now, right? A dude fell in frozen water and look, Jon Snow was out north of the wall where it's already cold, right? They were walking, marching down, okay, got in fights with whites against a White Walker, exerted a bunch of energy, trying to fight off a bunch of dead dudes, and, ended up, falling into the water, swimming out of the water while he's wet, he's fucking, You know, like it's you could fucking die of that. And not only that, then he still had to run some more and fights, you know, and then his Uncle Benji got him in the horse, and he was in the horse that whole time, and it was just like, come on, man, like really, like in the same episode, like in a couple of minutes, you know, like all of a sudden the dude's good. Are we just fast forwarding through everything now? It's like, fuck the details. Let's just move it along, you know. Just I don't know. Anyway, yeah. What else? What else? Oh yeah. I don't know where the Whites got, like, again, remember I said I don't want to see the Army of the Dead do like regular people shit. I just don't. You know? Like another thing I didn't get was like I saw some parts where like Jon Snow stabbed the White in the stomach and the White just fell on the ground. But they're dead. Like they need to work this whole thing should have been written a lot better. You know, the problem is that they're hell bent on ending the whole series in next season. That's the problem. You know, they could have done something, but it would have taken 3-4 episodes to make it make more sense. Right? But they wanted to, like, everything they did in this one episode is like 4 or 5 episodes worth of material if you were to make it have it make logical sense. But this is no longer following the books, or it doesn't have the books as a guideline. This is just Hollywood screenwriting, right? And I personally don't like it. You know, it's everything just seems rushed, and I'm just like, why do you guys have to end it next season? You know, just relax. Just do it. Tell the story properly. And if you got to go 2 more seasons, then fuck it. I mean, a dude should not be recovering from what Jon Snow went through in the last 5 minutes of that show. I mean, come on. We should be wondering as an audience if he's gonna die. You know, like wait 2-3 episodes for him to totally recover from that. You know, but most people don't care because why? Because they want to see the sex scene. That's it. That's why most people don't give a shit. All right. Anyway, and I don't want to see the Whites do like regular people shit. Like, why are they like pulling out a dragon with chains? Like, what's that about? Like, where did they get the chain from? That's what I want to know. Like, what? So anyway, they pull out the dragon, and you know, the Night King touches it. The eyes open. The eyes are blue. That was cool, right? A dead dragon. That's fucking awesome. I mean, holy shit. The Night King has a dragon, man. And a dead dragon at that. Okay, that's more lethal. Now, I don't know, since it's dead, I don't know if it still breathes fire. Okay? But maybe it'll breathe ice somehow. You know, it'll be interesting to see what this dragon can do. I hope it's something like that. Mix it up a little bit. I don't know if I want to see the dragon breathe fire, you know. I want to see that dragon like kind of breathe ice, like out extremely cold stuff out of its breath. I like to see something like that. Like it just breathes into something and just freezes it, you know. I'd like to see that personally. We'll see. Right. Also, I did want to say this. I actually saw this episode on Wednesday. I saw the episode on Wednesday. I had somebody through Facebook Messenger sent me the episode. I thought it was a joke at first, and I couldn't get the link. I told some people I had it, but unless it's on Messenger, I can't send it to you. I didn't do a video about it because I was like, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, right? So I don't like to be that one that gives spoilers. Now it's okay because it's the official airing has happened, you know. But I wasn't gonna do that on a fucking Wednesday. You know what I mean? Which tells me, well, no fucking wonder. Like I remember, like the first few episodes I was watching, I would like give my predictions, right? And then somebody would tell me, you're full of shit. This is what's gonna happen. And I'll be like, okay, that's your opinion. And then those things would happen, and I'll be like, what? Nobody ever gets it like 100% right. And then Oh, you motherfuckers were watching it like oh, DStyle doesn't know shit. He doesn't know how to predict anything. Well, you motherfuckers were watching it like on a stream that was hacked. Like no fucking wonder. I was just like, what the fuck? They already saw the episode. Like, like I'm the expert. Like, what? No fucking shit. No wonder. Oh man. I don't like the way dudes are just. I mean, they're just going back and forth through the entire kingdom, like it's nothing, man. Like it's fucking ridiculous, to be honest with you. But those are my thoughts anyway. Okay, I know there's a couple of dudes that wanted my thoughts. There you go. I'm sure you guys will watch throughout the week. And again, details. I get it. I pay attention to details. One of the best parts of Game of Thrones, the first 4 seasons, were the details. Okay, the terrain and all these things mattered. You know, and now it's just it's like they just want to get this whole thing over with, and they're going for, you know, they're compressing everything and they're losing quality. The quality of the show is going down. Okay. Now, overall, I like the show. I'm just saying it was not necessary. Okay. You know, the way they did it. Everything could have been written better. They could have found a better way to get a White across the wall. They could have found a better way for Cersei to believe them. Okay. Like, it's just, they could have done a million things. I don't want to see the army. The mystique of the Army of the Dead is done. Like, go back and watch season 1, the opening scene of season 1, episode 1, the very first scene. There is something creepy, mysterious about those White Walkers, man. There's like something magical about them too. You know, they're creepy, they're mysterious, they're magical. That, you know, and then even when they saw them marching, it almost felt like they weren't marching in single file. They were just like wandering around. And even in Hardhome, when they look how they wiped out that entire wildling army, just wiped them out in like 5 minutes. Like, I was like, holy shit. When I saw Hardhome, I was like, holy shit. If these dudes get past the wall, everybody's fucked. Right? I mean, these creatures were fucking terrifying. And on this episode, like 5 dudes are fighting them off. I'm like really? Like these 5 dudes are fighting them off? Like, are you shitting me? Like, I understand that they're very good sword fighters, but really, dude? Like, they fought them off like for 10 minutes all by themselves? Get the fuck out of here. And why are they falling on the ground when they get stabbed in the stomach? Like, that makes no fucking sense. They're dead. You know, it's just, I don't like that, man. And then, like, really, January runs to the wall. They get a raven. The raven is summoned all the way to Dragonstone. Daenerys gets on a dragon, flies all the way to the wall. All, you know, on time. You know, that's ridiculous to me. Right? That is just not very good writing. It just isn't. And I'm just a person that pays attention to those details, right? And that kind of, overall, was I entertained? They're like, yeah, of course. But those details really bother me. They really, really do. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Maybe dragons fly, you know, 300 miles per hour. Who fucking knows? Okay. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here. Okay. And I can't wait to see what this dead dragon is all about. Like, I just can't. Hopefully, I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to just fast forward through a lot of stuff, man. You know, like Brienne will be in King's Landing next fucking episode. She's going to be right there, right? She's going to be right there. Like it's just like that. In one episode, boom, she's going to be right there. I don't know if Jon Snow is. It's going to be interesting what happens. Jon Snow, by the way, important detail. I'm glad I did in the video. He called Daenerys his queen, and he said, "I would bend my knee, but I can't because his knee's fucked up." That ain't gonna go very well in the north, and Sansa's already kind of power hungry. It's interesting how this Sansa character has transformed here. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens there. It's going to be very interesting, but we'll see, right? Anyway, this is DStyleBoxing. I may watch the leaked episode 7. Someone told me they got it, so I'm probably going to watch it, but I'm not going to do a review on it until next Sunday, all right? Just letting you guys know that. Anyway, this is DStyleBoxing. I'm going to do another video about another show I'm watching. Coming up next. Peace.